Heather, what is intuition?
What a great question. So I love this question because I feel like intuition is really the concept of intuition is really bubbling up in the consciousness of your everyday person. Which I don't know about you, but that makes me feel really good. Because one thing that we have witnessed in the last 2 to 3 years is the crumbling of a lot of societal structures, ways of being, ways of believing, institutions and ideas and concepts that we thought we could depend on to support our health and our well-being and our vibrancy are falling apart. It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz, right? Do not look behind the curtain. We're finding out that there's just like an old guy pulling levers behind the curtain. We're finding out that a lot of the things that we believed aren't what we thought they were, right? So I actually think this is an amazing thing. I think it's great because what it's doing is it's requiring us to go within and to start asking ourselves what we think and how we feel first. So that's one of the reasons why I think intuition is really bubbling to the surface. It's people are just given the opportunity now to ask themselves, what do I know to be true? And so what I would say intuition really is having the ability to ask yourself and accurately know, truly from a place of aligning to your core sense of self, what is true for me? What do I truly believe in? What do I stand for? It's being able to live in alignment with that. So if we look at what the word intuition, I'll give you kind of a technical definition. If you take the word intuition and you break it down into its root word components, the actual, and I think this is what the ancients meant when they said intuition, the word actually means technically to be a person who contemplates or considers the wisdom of their inner watcher or guard. To contemplate or to consider. So inturai means to contemplate and consider. The prefix in means on, in, or upon. Intuit means to learn or to instruct. This is where we get our modern word tuition from. When you go to college and you learn from an instructor or a teacher, what are you paying your tuition, right? So this, we can see it there in our modern world. It's to learn from a wise teacher. And then chirai means inner guard. It means watcher or guard. So when I say I'm an intuitive, when you say you're intuitive, when we say we're going to live an intuitive lifestyle, what we're saying is, I am a person who contemplates and considers and deeply consults with my inner watcher. And I allow myself to lead from this deep wellspring. I understand and I recognize that there's an intelligence within me. It's like an inner sentinel that's there to protect me, to lead and guide my life, and also serve the highest good of everyone. And so intuition is a person who's willing to let that source of inner wisdom lead and guide their life.
For the individuals that are listening and they go, okay, but how do I hear? How do I see? How do I know if it's my inner guards? I'm reading Seed of the Soul right now. And I had the esteemed privilege this last weekend of spending a day with Gary Zukov. Girl, we're going to talk about this.
Okay.
And the 5 sensory versus multisensory.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious in the concept of intuition, and when a person is going, well, is this my inner critic? Is this my intuition? Is this my fear? Is this like, how do you help support someone in deciphering between either listening into their 5 senses, maybe their intuition, they hear, they see, they smell, or maybe it's something outside of those 5 senses in the multisensory space? How does someone decipher when it is their inner, the inner watcher or guard?
Yeah, sure.
That they're
Which
feeling.
Speaks to us in that multidimensional way.
Yeah.
It speaks to us in 1,000 different ways. So it's a beautiful question. I notice as you ask it, I notice myself, like it really softens me because we have to have so much compassion for ourselves. We live in a very complex world where finite beings, exposed to so much. So first thing I think is just to have compassion for ourselves, to be a person that would even endeavor to listen to their own inner truth is a brave, bold, defiant act, right? It's just, you're a rebel to even do something like that. So
you mean it's not Google University or Facebook or TikTok or LinkedIn or like all the emails that are coming in and all the text messages? It's not coming from that.
Right. And it's like, and it's so easy to be like, oh yeah, that's what I should do. It's like, just to even think about, no. What do I think? What do I believe? What is in here? What is wanting to come through me? Mm-hmm. What is within me? And being able to say, I don't know about the rest of it. Maybe it is my mind chatter. Maybe it is my ego. Maybe it is, my fear. Maybe it is my self-doubt. Maybe it is my childhood programming. Maybe it is genetic, ancestral, whatever, right? We actually know through science that's real, by the way. When we talk about breaking genetic bonds, that's actually real. We do have them. The science now shows that. So maybe it is all those things. And we can tease that out, and I'll offer an idea on how a real quick way to think about doing that. But I just want to say, to be a person who will just bottom line it and go, I'll get to that in a minute. But what I do know is that I'm going to ask myself, I would rather make the gravest of mistakes than to surrender my own conscience.